Hi there, it's Tina Forsyth here. So I just wanted to answer a question that I know some of you have on your mind, and this is actually based on, I received this email from Susan here recently, and essentially she's saying that, she has 10 years of experience in marketing and communications and event management and fundraising and all of that in the corporate world and the not-for-profit world. And she's wondering, she has a lot, in her words, she says, I have a lot of skills in the traditional sense, but where do I get the virtual experience? Would you recommend taking virtual assistant training first? And or do you recommend working as a virtual assistant for a year to get some experience, or is it possible to jump right in to the role of an online business manager right away? I love this question. I get this quite a bit. I mean, in a nutshell, it's basically the question of, do I need to be a virtual assistant before I'm an online business manager? And I remember when I started this this training and when I wrote my book a number of years ago, it was very much geared towards people who were coming from the VA side of things, right? They've been working as a virtual assistant for a period of time and we're ready for more. And as we started going through our training programs, we're just coming into doing our 4th training program now. We've had a number of people come to us who are coming from different backgrounds and they don't want to go the VA route. They're ready. They want to jump in right into being an online business manager, right? The short answer to this question is that it's going to depend on each person. In some cases, it's better for you to be a VA first. In other cases, it's not necessary. And it really does boil down to what I would consider to be kind of 3 key things. First and foremost, if you're coming from an employment scenario, if you're coming from working a traditional job, so to speak, right? You're going to need to be really, whether you're a VA, OBM, or otherwise, you need to be ready to accept the fact that you are your own business owner now. When you're working as an online business manager, you're self-employed, you're a contractor, you're freelance, there's all kind of words to describe it, right? But essentially you are your own business owner. So you need to be ready and willing to realize that you're going to have to learn how to identify your ideal clients, where and how to find these clients, how to have conversations with people so that you get hired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In my experience, that's probably the bigger challenge for most people starting their businesses. And it doesn't matter if you're a VA or an OBM or otherwise, the challenge is going to be the same, right? So that's kind of the first thing to really know and recognize is that you need to really absorb, I guess, if you will, the fact that you're going to be your own business. You're going to be a business owner in and of your own right. And that's something to be ready for. Also too, if you're new to the virtual working world, if you don't have any background as a virtual assistant or otherwise, the other thing, there's going to be a bit of a bigger learning curve for you in a couple of areas. First and foremost, learning how to kind of function virtually, working from home, communicating mainly through computer and email, maybe chat, Skype, etc., phone calls and all of that too, right? But you're not seeing people face to face. It's a bit of a different way to work for some people, especially if you're used to kind of being in an office environment. You need to make sure you have your home office set up and all of that fun stuff. You're also going to need to learn some of the technology. The thing that people, if somebody has a VA background, what they do bring to the table that maybe someone, if they're coming from a different area, doesn't necessarily have yet, is they know some of the key systems already, right? They know the shopping cart, they know the broadcasting systems, they know some of these key systems, in particular the shopping cart systems that are out there. This is something that you can bring to the table if you already are a virtual assistant, right? If you're not, it's something that we actually offer to everyone through our OBM training, is access to this technical training as well too. So in some cases, people, if they have it, they don't need it. If they're coming in from a different area, they're taking this technical training as well. So it almost becomes a bit of an extra learning curve for some people alongside the journey of learning to be an online business manager. But we've certainly had people do that too, right? It really does depend on the person. Some people, if they're able to jump in and learn on the fly and away we go, it's really not an issue. It's really not an issue to learn those technological pieces and those key systems and such alongside becoming and building your online business manager business. And the third piece to consider is it really does come down to, what role do you want to play in someone's business? When you're working as an online business manager, you are going deep. You're playing kind of like that partner role. You're a key person in the business. You really get to go deep and work with fewer clients and all of that kind of fun stuff, right? Whereas when you're a virtual assistant, it's much more about being the doer and doing certain things and kind of working in certain areas and so on, right? So again, it really does boil down to, what do you want to do? Is it really important for you? Do you just have the itch that you want to be an online business manager now? You know, it's like, I know this is it. You know, I've had people, when we've had conversations with people, and of course, anytime someone's coming into our training, we do always talk to them. That's part of our application process to make sure that you're ready for this, right? You know, to make sure that you're ready for diving into this. And if not, maybe going the VA route could be an option for some people, right? But it really does boil down to, you know, what do you want? If you can see yourself, if you're kind of a little unsure, maybe I don't know, maybe I should do this VA thing first, then that could be an option for you. You know, but if you know that you want to play a key role in someone's business, and you know that you want to work with fewer clients and really be able to stay focused and really be able to play that key role and have fun doing this kind of work, because as we say, it never gets boring, right? You know, it's just something to really consider for yourself. You know, there's no hard and fast rules out there saying you have to put on the VA hat first, then you can be an OBM, right? Because if you know in your heart you are an OBM, then we're certainly not going to force you into otherwise along those lines, right? So again, it really does just come back to knowing yourself. You know, what's really important, what's the key role you want? Are you able to jump in and kind of learn the technology pieces and such as you go? And if that's the case, then great. You know, then away you go, right? I mean, everybody's coming in kind of with different versions of experience and such, and that's all good. That's all part of this learning journey for each of us. It really does boil down to, you know, what is it that you want? What do you want to create and accomplish for your own life and business? So again, it's Tina Forsyth here. Take care, everyone. Until next time.